Thanks for coming back with us here on Yankees Magazine. Before the break, we took a peek at this year's Thurman Munson Awards, and so it couldn't be more fitting that now we want to focus on the man who will portray Munson on the big screen. Famed actor Josh Lucas will play the former Yankee captain in the upcoming film, Keeper of the Pinstripes. Lucas has already had quite an accomplished and impressive acting career, filled with memorable performances, and he is looking forward to creating yet another in this role. He was born in Little Rock, Arkansas, and while still a youngster, Josh Lucas developed a taste for acting and received some inspiration from his father, an emergency room doctor.
My father sat me down and he gave me this kind of really tough, straight speech. I remember it exactly, sitting on the couch in the family living room, and he said, you know, if you're going to be an actor, I want you to pursue it the way that it took me to become a doctor. And I remember thinking, what does that mean exactly? And he said, and that means you go into it the same way, the same dedication, the same sense of discipline that I think he feels it takes to be a doctor. As a 15-year-old boy, I don't think he saw that in me, so I think he's quite surprised.
After appearing in a number of TV series in the early 1990s, Lucas took his talents and hit the big screen in the 1993 film Alive, which focused on a rugby team that struggled to survive after its plane crashed into the Andes Mountains.
I mean, even looking back on something like Alive, my first film, and it's a film, if people don't remember, about a rugby team that crashed in the Andes on the way to a game, and they ended up having to, in order to survive, eat their friends. And again, it's a movie that, my first film, but you learn so much from each film, and you learn so much from sometimes what the character's going through, but oftentimes more about what you're learning from the people you're working with. I think like every great team, every great group that comes together, it's definitely not an individual experience ever.
Lucas went on to star in major films like Sweet Home Alabama and Poseidon. But perhaps his greatest role to date is that of Coach Don Haskins in the film Glory Road, based on a true story of the first NCAA basketball team with an all-black starting lineup to reach the national championship game.
My technical advisors on that film were Tim Floyd, who's now the head coach at USC, and then Pat Riley was with me for sections of time as well. And so I have these two coaches, not to mention also the actual man himself, Don Haskins.
You're 2 minutes away from a national championship. Latin, I'm putting you back in. Right now, it's not about talent, it's about heart. It's about who can go out there and play the hardest, who can go out there and play the smartest.
To me, I mean, I probably learned more from making that film and more from Pat Riley than almost anyone in my life.
Yes, you do.
Glory Road is the most personal film to me because it is the film that I think has had the most impact on, like, there's something about that story that was showing a new generation where this country was not that long ago.
Lucas is masterful at drawing on his experiences from prior roles. He will take that knowledge into his portrayal of Thurman Munson in Keeper of the Pinstripes.
What a force he was, you know, what a difficult force he was, in a sense, like a man who really challenged everyone around him to be better at all times. And the fact of the matter is, the first captain in how many years, you know, and the reason why he became captain is because he made the Yankees a better organization. To me, Russell Crowe is a very clear example of someone who's probably similar to Thurman Munson. He asks a lot, he demands a lot, he's very forceful, and he's very intense in the way that he works, and he makes you have a better game. And I love that. And I feel like I understand something about how to play Thurman Munson because of having worked with Russell Crowe.
Coming up, the Spotlight Show.